Hey guys, welcome back again to Dave's Dimension. Welcome back again for another video. Welcome back again to the channel where chaos and insanity reign supreme. Now, we have yet again another unbox for you guys. I hope you guys are going to enjoy it. This is something I've been holding off on. I finally got it. I'm sure you guys can see right here. We got the War Machine helmet. Now, this is regularly priced. Sorry about that, guys. This is regularly priced at $99.99. I've been holding off, waiting for a good deal, waiting for a great deal, and I got it. GameStop had this on sale during this past week. They had it for maybe a day or two. It was on sale for about $69.99. That's $30 less than what it goes for. And I even checked their website today. It's back up to $99.99. So, I jumped on it and got it delivered, and we now have it in hand. Now, am I anticipating that it's going to fit my head? No. Because if you guys have seen our previous videos, you know I did an unboxing for the red Power Ranger helmet, which did not quite fit perfectly, mostly because my ears. It's not really designed for a big guy's head. I was thinking of experimenting by taking, there's a little head strap, like you would see on a hard hat at a construction site. There's a little strap inside. I might try taking it out to see if it'll help fit. I really don't think so. Now, however, I've seen a few videos of this, and the design of the helmet's a little bit different than it is on the Ranger helmet. The Ranger helmet, it's like two halves, kind of clamshell, that works on here. Whereas with this, not only does the face mask come out, the chin comes out forward. Well, instead of me talking about it, let's just get right to it, guys. What do you say? What do you say? So, if you guys notice, I've been trying to jam out videos on a regular basis. I hope you guys are enjoying them. Some of them have been some SH Figure Arts pieces. Some of them have been Marvel Legends. I've been kind of trying going all over the place. Even doing a few mods that are going to be coming through the channel soon. I just have to figure out time, and I'm still trying to get a few pieces, a few supplies that we're going to need for those. Okay. One more piece right here. I'm just cutting the tape before we get to the nitty gritty. Now, on here we have the Hasbro Marvel Legends War Machine helmet. Got the nice little close-up of the War Machine with glowing LEDs. Nice little graphic of War Machine again. Oh, look, we have War Machine again. And then on the back, we have a little bit more details right here, guys. And what do those details say? Well, I'm going to read the details right on the front of the box. Lights and sounds, and it gives us a nice little microscopic look as to everything that's on there. You guys have a nice little look there. Now, on the back, it says electronic helmets. Premium roleplay helmets. I would consider premium roleplay a little bit something more than just your basic plastics, but from the inside here, they do give us a lot of detail, making it look very cosplay friendly here. Even if you are taking the front face plate off, it looks very cool. So what do we have here? It says 2 LED eyes, because the eyes do light up. Premium finish for the faceplate. Magnetized faceplate, because apparently you can take it up and prop it right on top. So we're going to see how well this actually fits. Oh, I got one little more. Let's cut that right there, guys. Okay, so I'm going to open this up. I'm trying to be nice and careful with it. There you go. We'll get a little cardboard frame here. A little cardboard frame here. We have a nice little paper. Whoa! Sorry about that, guys. I really need to get a better mic stand and arm, or just something brand new. So we get your obligatory legal and warning. I'm going to toss those to the side. And we got a nice little kind of pamphlet for the War Machine helmet. I was looking at the Punisher, but none of my GameStops in the area have the Punisher helmet. If any of my viewers out there, anyone who's watching this, if you happen to have a GameStop that has the War Machine or the War Machine Punisher helmet, I would be great. I would be tremendously grateful if there's any way you can either pick it up and I can reimburse you, or better yet, if there's any way you can give me the zip code for that store so I can look them up online and have them ship it to me. That would be tremendous. I'm really looking for the Punisher one and of course the regular Iron Man one. I would love to get all three, but you know, if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen, guys. So, what we really need to know is we get all this little talking about all the inside right there. Shows you can take the faceplate and put it right on top, rest it right on top, and it won't go flying. And also we got little controls and also the batteries. And just in case, I have a nice big bag of assorted batteries, AA's and triples. We need triples for this one, I believe. So what do you say we just drop the box like it's hot? There we go. Now this definitely has a little bit more, I'd say a little bit more heft than the Red Ranger helmet. We're actually going to do a comparison, guys. Get over there. Okay. Yeah, it's ironic. I'm wearing red basketball shorts. Yeah, I kind of have a thing for red and black. Crazy, right? See, this one just opens up clamshell-like. And you have the little headband right there. Now see, it won't close all the way. You guys can somewhat hear me. You can see that my chin is right here. Got my little neck. My fat right there, as you guys can see, right here. Got the turkey neck. But it doesn't close perfectly because my ear, and plus I pretty much have a pretty big dome. Now, on here, this is what I'm talking about, this kind of head guard. There's a possibility if I were to take that out, that would free up some room here, and I might be able to actually close it. And they use magnets right here as well. I mean, this helmet is made by the same company that makes this. Just different designers, obviously. Because the Ranger helmets, I have a little bit of scuff. We don't like that. I'm going to have to clean that up. But this is designed very much like the helmets in the show. They were meant to open up in that fashion. So I'm going to set Red Ranger right down. But, I don't know, maybe it's just the plastic on here that's making it feel like it's heavier. There we go. Plastic bag there. And also we have a plastic bag on the back here. Pull that right off. Now, I've heard some people say that they had issues with the back here, because the back is where it actually opens up. Now on here, I don't know how well you guys can see, this is more of a flat finish, kind of a matte finish to it, whereas the Red Ranger has got a nice little shiny gloss on here. As you guys can see, the reflecting of my LED lights from the wall, it's reflecting right on there nicely. Now we'll hold this up. We don't see that reflectiveness. There is light hitting it, but you can see that kind of gunmetal finish to it. That nice kind of flat, kind of no shine. And that's kind of what you want with War Machine, because War Machine, you know, Iron Man was the nice and shiny one. He was the hot rod. War Machine was kind of like go in there, get your job get your job done, be nice and stealthy, and that's how Rhodey rocks it, because War Machine rocks. Okay, that came right off. Okay, it's okay if it comes right off, guys. There's magnets right there. You can see that, okay? And there is a little hook where this detaches on there. Got a nice little hinge right there. That's where it will actually connect onto. I just used a little too much force when I did that. Again, there's kind of the same kind of head strap like we have in the other one. And it's got a little crank mechanism here. So for making it smaller or bigger. I'm going to go maximum on that because I got a big dome, like I said. Yeah, the head strap is a bit annoying, and I think I might actually take it out. I just have to take some time and see how I can go about doing that. Unless it'll pop right off. I don't think it will. I'll have to check out a few things to see how I can remove that. Yeah, we'll say this. This is not all that comfortable. Not the shell, but the headband part itself. Okay. It does loosen up a little bit, so I'm going to see if I can get a better fit in here now. That seems to be a little bit better. Now, on the inside, as you guys can see, we got a nice little red lens. We got some compartments, and right here where you see the arrow, that's going to be our battery compartment, okay? There we go. There's faceplate comes right off. Now, you will need a Phillips screwdriver. That is a Phillips head. Say it with me, everybody. Phillips. Phillips. Not flathead, Phillips. And I happen to have my dandy Phillips head screwdriver right here. Now you will see that there's not just one, but there's a couple other screws here. I think those screws are not related to the cover itself, so you just want to go with the center screw right here, and not with the one on the left or the one on the right. You want to leave those right where they are. At least that's what I'm picking up on right now. Okay, so there we go. Got your little compartment for your triple A's. You will need 3 triple A's, so that's triple A's. You got 1 triple A, 2 triple A, 3 triple A's. So let's lock 1, lock 2. Lock 3. There we go. Now there is a little button right here. Okay, that is your left side, and I believe this does come out. The chin part does come out, so to make it easier for you to put it on and then close it back up. Like I said, I have to play around with the strap that's in here so I can get a good feel. Like I'm seriously thinking I'm just going to remove that head part from there. Let's see if I can get this back on very quickly. I'm actually going to pause you guys for a second. So I can fix this. Okay, so I got this back on. I can slide it on and off, and this does back up, so you can have ease putting it back on and off. And I'm still going to remove this strap. Good thing is the front part slides open nice and easy with practically no effort. And if you have a really big head, really big bulbous head, that should work. See, I have that locked in on both sides. I might actually have to take this down a peg or two, so to speak, because I'm actually finding this to be very loose, which was quite unusual. Let's see if I can get this on. How does that look, guys? Now if you notice, the switch here has a dimmer. You see the eyes light up. And I can see through here a little clearly. I'm holding the chin up because this will actually slide down. I have to play around with the straps. I don't know how well you guys can hear me. So let's go ahead and you heard that nice and loud? And there the faceplate is. Like I said, I have to readjust this. But, oh, it takes a lot of effort to get that off. You can see there's little magnets right here. There we go. War Machine dimension style, I guess you could say. Like I said, I have to adjust the head strap. But when you take this off and then put it back on, you get all the sound effects. You can dim. You hit the switch, it will cycle through everything. Now, as someone who has vision issues, as someone who's been wearing corrective lenses all his life, is my vision impaired inside? No. No, it's not. These lenses are nice and clear, and you can see this is still lit. The light does not interfere with your vision at all. The way that they have these lights, you can see that there is a little bit of a grid pattern right there with the dots going across. So it kind of gives you kind of that HUD, that heads up display. And if you wanted to modify this for your own cosplays, if you notice here, we have screws all over the place. So you can take these components off and remove the lens, even tape up the lens if you want. So if you wanted to give this a different kind of interior look, or if you wanted to weather the inside, you can do that without worries of affecting the lenses. Another way, applying some painter's tape on the inside and the outside. So if you wanted to give this a different look, a friend of mine I was talking with recently had plans that he wanted to take one of these and make it Power Ranger style. Now, what does that mean? You could do a paint scheme where maybe this is gold and this is green, kind of doing a Green Ranger, Iron Man, War Machine style. That's definitely a thing you could do. Now, on here, there, if you really look, there will be some imperfections of some of the paints, but you know what? Or I shouldn't say the paint, I should say the plastic. There will be some imperfections with that. But you know what? any kind of imperfections you get with these, with the helmets, with props, even with the Red Ranger helmet that I noticed there's some scuffs on there, battle damage. You gotta figure this is War Machine, so if he has a few little indentations or some imperfections, that's just from battle guys. I mean, you could scratch him up and weather him up a little bit more. A lot like how the Punisher War Machine helmet looks online. He's got scuffs and scratches. He's been blown apart, and you definitely have this. And this is not cheap. I mean, this is pretty good, durable right there, man. I mean, you have magnets all over. Let's count the magnets. We have one, two at the bottom here, two at the base, two at the midsection, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 8 magnets right there. So they are not playing around with this, guys. Now, when I had the helmet on, I had a lot of room. Now, if you notice, I kind of have a bulbous schnoz right here, guys. If I put the Ranger helmet on, not only you can see all this down here, and it doesn't look great, unless I did like maybe a red kind of a face mask material, almost like a neck sock kind of a thing, like a gaiter, I think they call them, and then cover, have white over it. I mean, that's one way I could do it if I wanted to do cosplay with this, but I'm not in the shape to do a Ranger spandex suit, guys. But you see how wide this is, or the lengthwise, I should say. You would think I would have plenty of room. Inside here, not so much. The mouth is right here, and then you have this cutting into your nose. You don't have a whole lot of comfort in there, okay? Now, War Machine. I got room for days in this thing. You guys saw when I put it on, it was kind of jumping all over the place. So I definitely need to adjust the straps. In fact, I'm going to pause you guys again. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so I readjusted the straps a little bit. So if you notice, my head is not as loose as it was. Okay, so there I am. Now, one thing is the back of this, okay? Now, as you can see, I'm a big guy. And I kind of have a big dome. Part of the issue is this back part, it works on like a little hinge. Okay? Now, I can put this on and off without having to open this up. However, well, the back of my head kind of keeps easily opening this up. As you guys can see, I tried using a little bit of tape here. I just had some painter's tape sitting around. So, I tried using that because there's nothing to really hold this on the inside. It just kind of tabs in there. There's nothing to really hold that in place. It's just easily meant to pop out in case of discomfort or emergency that you need to remove the helmet. So what I might actually look into doing is either a stronger tape, like maybe some gaffer's tape. I happen to have a roll right here, which will actually complement the inside of this. So that is something I could do, or a more extreme solution, as long as I'm not planning to, like resell this or gift it to anyone, and I'm most likely not gonna, is to maybe do a little bit of some epoxy or some kind of adhesive just to permanently hold that in place. So that's something I can definitely do. So this is definitely a go. Even if you're a big guy, I have to recommend this. I was afraid that this helmet was not going to fit me, and it's actually loose on me. So I'm still going to have to play with the head strap mechanism a little bit. And I mean, this alone, this is just... I mean, I could see through it. It's just a matter of getting the helmet, because right now when I put the helmet on, it's actually going... The eyes are going below my eyes. I have to get it so that it just fits perfectly inside, and that's more of an issue with playing around with the straps because everyone's head is different. So it's just a matter of that. So on a scale of 1 to 10, guys, on my scale of 1 to 10, this is an 11. It's definitely an awesome item. If you can get a discount on it, get a savings on it, definitely go for it, guys. I waited and waited and waited, and then finally things just hit right, and I scored it. Sometimes you can get away with that, sometimes you can't. So, now I had someone ask me, do you have to put the cover back on? You don't have to, because obviously you don't want batteries running down. You can always take the batteries right out. I'm just going to leave them in for now. And like I said, the cover is very easy to put on or take off. It's just a simple Phillips screw. Now, eventually over time, if the screw gets stripped, you cannot put the cover on and just maybe have some tape or something over it. I mean, it's a thing you could do. And it's not like the tape is really going to show. Like, if I do something like this, I mean, this is pretty close, especially if I have it on the inside where no one's going to see. You're kind of good to go right there. I want to give you guys a nice full look here. See? There's tabs that go in here and also right here. Okay? Right there. Like I said, there's nothing really holding it in, no proper mechanism, but this is kind of a tooth that goes into an insert. So there's that. Now also, these side pieces here, these are just like a very hard rubber. So those can, I believe those can be removed as well. And also the chin part, if you want to fully mod this, guys, the chin mechanism here that this comes out on, these are actually another set of 2 Phillip head screws on each side. So that can come right out, so you can take this thing right off to make it easier for you to tape this up, paint and mod it, and do whatever you want for this front part if you're deciding to paint this whole thing. Honestly, I think modifying this would be pretty easy, guys, as far as paint. Doing a paint modification on here I think would come off pretty easy. Like I said, just for this video I was just using some cheap, inexpensive painter's tape. But on the inside, if you really look on the inside, guys, there is a ton of detail. Circuitry, mechanisms on there. I mean, it's everywhere. Just like you saw on the inside of the mask, we have all the little circuitry and everything in there. It kind of looks like Vader on the inside. Or Doom. It's definitely a major go on this, guys. I'm very happy with this. Is it 100% perfect? No. Nothing's going to be 100% perfect, guys. It all depends on what you're using it for. And also there's the issue where there's additional straps that you can play around with on the inside. Like this kind of egg-shaped part in the center of the head right there. That can also be adjusted. I'm going to have to play around with that. So when I put this on, it fits perfectly. Now, like I said here, this just kind of fits into a little, not even an insert, almost like part of a frame. So I'm going to play around with a few different ways to go about it. Not necessarily hot glue. If anyone's thinking of hot glue, that's not going to work, because if you're at a con or a cosplay event, you're going to be roasting inside this, especially if it's hot outside. That hot glue, once you get the humidity, the moisture, it's going to come right off. So if you're going to do any kind of a adhesive, I would probably maybe just tack on a little bit of well, you know what? You could probably tack a small piece of hot glue to hold it in place, and then apply an epoxy. Just a nice layer of epoxy just to kind of hold it in place. But do it on the inside so it's not exposed on the outside. And then, once it hardens, like I use a lot of 5-minute epoxy. You know, the two types that cure together with like within 5 minutes. Mix them up nice for about a minute or two. Apply it on the inside, let it dry, and you should be good to go. Because, like I said, even if you have a big head, you can pull out the chin strap here, and you're inside. It's just a matter of trying to hold this in place. I'm going to try the gaffer's tape to see if that holds it in there well enough. We'll see if it does or not. If it doesn't, then I might go for the epoxy part myself. But I mean, everything on here, guys, is fantastic. Now, one of my fellow YouTubers has the Iron Man helmet, and eventually I do want to get the Iron Man helmet. But honestly, here I'm in Buffalo, New York area. There's a lot of stuff that we don't get at our stores, so I may have to try the next time it's available online and just go and get it. But like the Punisher one is a Gamerverse edition, and I don't anticipate them coming out with that anymore. But like I said, if any of my viewers out there can come across it, you know, please feel free to email me at davesdimension78@gmail.com. Or you can even find me on Instagram at davesdimension. You can look me up and just message me right there. But I really love this. On the recommendation of another YouTuber, Sleeping Collectibles, who's an amazing toy reviewer, and I mean he comes across different ideas. He's an inbox collector, so I am kind of go against the grain on what he does. I love to unbox everything, as you guys can see. I tend to unbox every single little thing. So he had the Iron Man helmet, and I keep staring at it in his videos because you can see it in the box. I'm like, I would really love to have that, but I've always been a War Machine fan. I have a classic War Machine. I have Rhodey from Avengers Endgame, Avengers Infinity War. So I have several different versions of him, and I do have the Punisher action figure. But I would really love to get the Punisher helmet. I would really love that. I just think it's very badass. So there we are. A not so quick, not so smooth unbox, but it's a full unbox. If you're a big guy worried about getting this, don't. This is going to fit you guys. It's just a matter of securing this back little hatch here. I mean, for some people, it's okay if it flaps open a little bit, showing a little bit of relax and some comfort. But if you're making your own armor and you're going to be rocking that armor, you kind of want to make sure all your flaps, everything is secure. And that's probably going to be one of the best ways, is either maybe some heavy-duty duct tape or gaffer's tape. This is gaffer's tape. I'm actually going to be using this for my Proton Pack. For the neck foam. But other than that, I'm going to see if that works. If that doesn't work, if you're having trouble with yours, I may, like I said, if the gaffer's tape doesn't work for me, I will employ maybe doing a little bit of epoxy, let it cure. But anytime, little fair warning, guys, anytime you're working with paints, chemicals of any kind, don't do it in an enclosed space. Okay, it's wintertime right now, guys. If I were to show you, let's see, yeah. You can see I have plastic on my windows. So I do not have proper ventilation in here right now. Another month, that's going to be ripped down. I can open up a window. As long as you have plenty of airflow and air circulation, open door, you want to have proper airflow. Okay? If you just have a window open and a door closed, you don't have flow. The fumes are going to build up in the room, and you could have some very detrimental issues. Years ago, I worked doing maintenance for a department store years and years ago, and I worked with some very strong chemicals, and they actually did damage to my right lung. I actually have scar tissue on my right lung. It's not anything I could have proven in legal court or law, but I wound up getting scar tissue and developing pneumonia, and I was in a hospital for a full week in a germ-free isolation room, which was no fun, guys. So, so when I say please be careful with chemicals, trust me, I know. Being an asthmatic, I know. But if you do anything, if you do get one of these helmets and you paint and modify it, please, please message me those pictures. Either email to me at davesdimension78@gmail.com, or message them on Instagram, or just send me a link to your Instagram page. I would love to see what you guys did and how you did them, because I definitely can see myself doing some kind of a modification at some point in time. Who knows, maybe a Ghostbuster mashup of some twisted kind, or who knows, maybe I'll do a Ash versus the Evil Dead War Machine mashup. I'm all about the mashup, guys. I'm really crazy about that. I mean, hello. Flux Pack, Back to the Future Proton Pack, hello. So I'm all about the craziness. So there we are. Here I am. There you are, watching the video. If you're here at the end of the video, I really appreciate you guys checking out the channel, checking out this video. If you're not a follower, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe, hit that bell for notifications so you can keep watching us for more and more videos. We have more stuff coming through the pipeline. It's just coming out like there's no tomorrow, guys. It's like, well, I'm not going to say what it's like. I was going to say something, but that would be vulgar, and I'm not going to do that. I'm going to behave. So, scale 1 to 10, he's an 11. He could have been a 12, but there's a little issue with the flap, but that's an easy fix, guys. You know, like they said, like Doc says in Back to the Future, if you put your mind to it, you can achieve anything. So, and that's definitely, I mean, that's an easy fix right there. Either some really strong tape to hold that in place, or a little bit of epoxy, a little bit of Energon, and a whole lot of luck, you got that solved. I mean, it's not that big of an issue. Once you get it solved in there, I mean, are people really going to be following, like, hey, let me see the side there. Oh, that's not in there. No, people aren't going to do that. I mean, there are people who make their own helmets, but you have to be really, really skilled and have a lot of resources. Those of us who don't have a garage to work in or don't have a workshop, you know, this is a nice way to go about it. You get the helmet, you add some paint applications, maybe take a little some scouring pad to add some scuffs. Not sandpaper. If you do a sandpaper, I would take little small ones, like a very smooth, low grit, and just do light brushes to add scuffs all around your helmet. That's going to be the best way. I'm a big fan of dry brushing. A lot of people use toothpaste. You apply toothpaste, and then you do your paint. After your paint dry, you take like an old toothbrush or a little microfiber cloth, rub the toothpaste off, and now you have your weathered looks. I can't say I'm not a big fan of that. I've just never really done that successfully. I tend to do a lot of dry brushing. That works for me. Whatever works for you, that's going to be the best way to go for you guys, okay? So. And yes, you have some air holes right here where the faux teeth of War Machine is. So you get plenty of airflow as far as breathing. As an asthmatic, the first time I put the Red Ranger helmet on, it was restriction. It was not that comfortable breathing wise. This thing, I have room for days. It's not even funny. So, there we are. Scale 1 to 10, like I said, it's an 11. Maybe a 10.5 to an 11. Could have been a 12, but I already went over that, guys. So, I really like it. I really love it. If you have the means to get it, I highly recommend it. It's so choice. If you know what movie that's from, drop it in the comment section below. You never know. So there we are. I want to thank everyone for checking out this video, for checking out the channel. Please check some of our other videos. We pretty much cover everything, guys. Whether it's Power Rangers, Back to the Future, obviously Ghostbusters. It's my heart and soul. What can I say? So we covered just about everything. I've been expanding into Marvel Legends. I still have a ton of Marvel Legends to unbox. I have a lot of craziness coming through the pipeline, guys. I can't wait to share it with you guys. I hope you'll join us on this adventure, and I also have some. We're going to try to do some more video vlogging. You know, just trying to do some video logs of maybe me out and about on a bike path, or next month in April, I'm going to be going for my COVID shot. And as an asthmatic and someone who has diabetes, I just had surgery in 2020, gastric bypass. My body's still adjusting to a lot of the health changes, um, and as someone who's had pneumonia, so I have that medical history that I'm very susceptible to getting illnesses, just infections, you name it. I'm very susceptible. So we'll see. Am I going to develop? Am I going to notice any symptoms? I've heard some people had some severe symptoms, and other people just felt like how you feel right before you get the flu. So it'll be interesting to see how it reacts with me, and I am going to do some videos covering that. If you guys want to check those videos out, they will be uploaded as it after it happens. If not, you can skip over them and go for the nice juicy stuff like the Rangers, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Back to the Future, and of course all my legends. And I do have a few assorted other ones I've done. Some Ash vs. the Evil Dead, which was NECA, a whole bunch of other stuff. So, and as you guys can see in the upper section, we have a ton of license plates. I like movie memorabilia, especially when it comes to Ghostbusters and Ready Player One. Ecto 88 is actually from the book, the novel Ready Player One. And of course, Rocket 88 is from Buckaroo Banzai from the 80s. And Eagle 5, of course, is Spaceballs. So, there we are. There you are. There I am. I want to thank you guys again for checking out the video. And as always, I always say this. I want you guys to keep on busting. And I will catch you on the flip side.